Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do a comparison between two shoes that I have recently reviewed on the channel. I'm going to talk about two Li-Ning shoes. I have the Li-Ning Red Hare 8 Pro and the Li-Ning Feidian 5 Challenger. Li-Ning is a pretty new brand to me. It's a Chinese shoe brand. They're not readily available in the US, though I am now seeing them being sold on Amazon a bit. And they're very inexpensive shoes compared to most of our Western brands, but they have some pretty high tech. I would say they're not, as far as race shoes, they're not necessarily the very top of the line as far as their foams, but they are very close. They're using like PIBAs and TPEEs that were probably in the top racing shoes 2 years ago. But you're able to get them at a much lower price, and they're still very better tech than the majority of shoes out there. Li-Ning is a sportswear company that started in, I think, 1990. It was started by Li-Ning, who was a Olympic gymnast for China, won multiple medals, was called the Prince of Gymnastics back in the mid 80s. I think he won most of his medals in 1984. But he went, instead of becoming a coach, he studied business and started his own company. And the company was very small for a long time, but it has really grown. It is very popular in China, and it's starting to expand a bit because they sell some basketball shoes that are very popular with some of the pro basketball players. And now some of the running shoes are getting more and more popular as well. Anyway, the first shoe I'm going to talk about is the Red Hare 8 Pro. I got this shoe first. It is pretty lightweight. I think it's 8.5 ounces in a men's size 9. I ended up, they don't have half sizes after you get above size 11, and I normally wear an 11.5, but I end up getting a 12 in these. They do end up being just a little bit long on me, but I actually think it's not bad because it's a fairly narrow fit, and actually me being a person that likes wide toe boxes, it gives me a little bit extra wide toe box space. They fit me well. They're comfortable. They really wrap around the midfoot well and the heel. They do not have a gusseted tongue, but the tongue is attached all the way up to beyond halfway up, so there isn't much room for it to flop around, and it's moderately cushioned, so it stays in place well. Anyway, these are very interesting because they also have a TPE thing that goes around here that gives it some stability. They have what they call a Pro Bar lock. It's just a TPE insert in the middle. It's not there for propulsion. It's there to give you some torsional rigidity, and I think it does a really good job. These have a very nice foam. It's what they call their boom foam. From what I can tell, it looks like a beaded PIBA type foam. I'm guessing the stack height and heat, these are around 35 or 36 in the heel, and they feel like they're a 7 or 8 millimeter drop. The upper is pretty breathable. It's called their boom fiber upper, and they use what they call GCR, ground control rubber, which has a pattern to it. I find it grips pretty well. It's definitely not a trail shoe, so you wouldn't want it doesn't have grip for trail, but it grips well on the road, and I've used it in both wet conditions and over leaves, and it has worked well. I have probably about 125 miles in these. They still feel really good. They're holding up well. I will say I think that GCR rubber, I'm not sure lasts the super longest. I started wearing down on the heel and a little bit up on the forefoot here, but I'm putting shoe glue on it, and I'll get a lot of miles out of the shoes. But I'm really enjoying these. I think they weigh, like I said, I think they're about 8.5 ounces in a men's size 9. For men's size 12, which is what I ended up going with, they're coming in at like 9.5 ounces, so not a bad weight. Pretty lightweight for a big shoe. And they feel pretty bouncy. They're rockered, so they rock well. It's just a really nice, smooth ride. I'm getting these are 269 grams in a men's size 12, which I don't think is bad at all. So I'd had the Red Hare 8 Pros for a while and decided I actually wanted to try the Li-Ning Feidian 5. It's a carbon fiber plate shoe. I'm not a big person that runs in carbon fiber plated shoes a lot. I don't think I need them. But this will be my third carbon fiber plated shoe I've owned. I've owned the Saucony Endorphin Pro, the original one, and I've owned the Atreyu Artist, and now this is just my third. But I like the fact that I was able to get this a lot less expensive. I paid like $97 for these. I didn't say before, but the Red Hare 8 Pro, I think I paid $53 or so for them, so I got them really cheap. I don't think you can find them quite that cheap on AliExpress now. That's where I bought them. But you can also buy these shoes on Amazon now. And I saw the Red Hare 8 Pro right now is like $74. And I don't know, these are still probably around $100 or just over. But anyway, so the Feidian 5, I think the stack height is pretty well identical. It's again in that 35, 36. Li-Ning does not really give the specs on their website. They don't really explain their foam. They don't really tell the height. They'll do things like tell you between versions how much bouncier it's become and how good your energy return is, but they don't really give a lot of specifics as to the type of foam they use. This is uses again the boom foam. So the bottom part still again is, I'm guessing it's that you can see it's beaded. I think it's a beaded PEBA, but then the foam will get smoother as you go up higher. They have a super boom foam above the plate. I'm guessing that's a TPEE, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's a softer and even bouncier foam, they say, than the boom foam. It's called their super boom. And this one, there's a plate that runs through it, and it runs right along this line, so it kind of swoops down. It definitely gives it some rigidity. It's not so rigid as a few of the top-end racing shoes out there, but it's still pretty rigid. It's enough for me to race in. Some people would probably even want a higher end, more firmer plate, but I don't put enough force into it. I'm slower these days. But again, it's got a really breathable upper. The tongue in this one is gusseted. It helps keep it in place, which is good because the tongue is thinner to keep the weight down. It's still well padded around the heel collar. The sock liner is fastened into place in this. It's a little not quite as thick as in the Red Hare 8 Pro, so probably not quite as cushioned. But these are a good feeling shoe. Again, it has that ground control rubber. I am putting a little wear on those as well. But again, I'll add shoe goo and I'll get my miles out of them. These I have a little over 50 miles. I do like it. It has some nice reflective elements to it, so you can be seen a little bit more at night. But these come in, I think they say they measured a men's size 8.5 US, and they say it's just under 200 grams or 6.9 ounces. I'm getting that I'm coming in at about 8.5 ounces in a men's size 12 or 240 grams. So I think that's really lightweight for a ratio in a size 12. So but these have been very poppy. I enjoy them. I'm using them for my speed workouts. I've used them for some of my shorter runs. Right now I've been doing a program where I'm running right this week I'm running 39 minutes on my long day and 26 minutes on my shorter day, and I'm running each day, and I just run as I feel. But I'm real often pulling these out on like the shorter day, and I'm picking it up and running a little bit faster. But anyway, very nice shoes. I'm enjoying both. For inexpensive shoes, they seem to have pretty high tech, and I'm really enjoying both shoes. I would use the Red Hare 8 Pro probably for more of my long runs and my everyday runs, but they've definitely got, with that PEBA type foam, they definitely have enough that you can pick up the pace. When I want to run even a little faster and I just want the lighter weight, these Feidian 5s are great as well. I'm assuming the Red Hare 8 Pros may last a little longer, but I don't really have the longevity yet in either one to be able to report on that. But anyway, those are my thoughts on my comparison between the two shoes. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And keep moving!